Hey GlamFam, it's Zalina and Linwood here, and today we are going to do a hairstyling tutorial on this mop right here. So it's already been detangled, shampooed, conditioned, all that loveliness, so it's ready to just dive right in there. We don't want to waste any unnecessary time, and I need my hair done, as you guys can see, but that's a little less important. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on this monkey's head. I'm gonna do a pretty simple hairstyle today, and then we are going to head on to school. Alright, Glam Fam, so I'm gonna start off by sectioning the top portion of her hair. Everything above the parietal ridge is going to be sectioned off. Now you guys can see here, I'm always getting asked questions about doing my part lines. You guys can see this is not something where I just take one fall swoop and call it a day. I do take multiple times in there sometimes just to clean up that line, and you'll see me even do some correction in here in just a minute as I'm pulling it back. That little piece right there was out of the way. So don't stress about the little stuff when it comes down to that. It takes a little time to get used to it. From here, I'm going to take some of the Extreme Gel. I love it because it is alcohol free and it doesn't leave my baby's hair super hard, but it does hold it really well. I'm going to go ahead and apply that around through the front mostly and around the middle section of the hair. Not going to focus as much on the ends. Now, the nice thing about it is it's going to help to tame some of those flyaways. If your baby has softer textured hair like my child does, then you already know what the deal is. His hair is going to be having flyaways in no time. From there, I'm going to part down the center and section half of it off. I've got my super stretch rubber bands here from Sally's. And from there, I'm just going to go ahead and make some rectangular sections throughout that section that I put through there. So I'm going to pin the rest of that back. We're going to rubber band this section here. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to have this super tight. That's where I see people always mess up with these rubber band styles. They want to put that thing so tight it's pulling your child's brains out. Like, put it in there gently. Once you've done that, go ahead and repeat the same thing on the opposite side. So we're just basically, whatever we do on one side, we're mirroring on the other. So once I've done that, again, just make sure you're not using too much tension. You do not want to cause any hair loss, so you're not going to be tightening these extremely tight. My child is very tender-headed, and you notice she is not budging. From there, I'm going to go ahead and create another rectangle, and we are going to feed the first section of hairs I did on the left over into that section. Just like this. From there, you'll just rubber band that. Just in case you guys were wondering, Zalina is watching a YouTube channel today, and I do recommend it if you have little people. It's called Pancake Manor. I'll try to put it in the cards and in the description box. I'm not partnered with them or anything like that, but I do think they're an excellent channel for kids. It helps to keep them occupied. It's got tons of educational content. So on this other side, you're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm always going to cross over from the left side first and then cross over from the right side. So that way it keeps the same pattern. And from there, I'm going to literally just continue this same pattern. So create another rectangle, pin this hair back, grab that section on the left, feed it over to the right, rubber band it in. And then from there, you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, bringing that strand from the right over and to the left, and you guys can kind of see how it creates a bit of that crisscross section right on in there. So we're doing the same thing on this side here. This is really simple, you guys. So if you can't braid, that's totally fine. I will say to try to make sure your part lines don't have to be perfectly straight, but do try to make sure they're clean. Usually those little hairs that are kind of stragglers, things like that, are what causes styles like this to be uncomfortable. So you want to make sure that your part lines are as clean as possible, even if they're not as straight as possible. So try not to have them like alter jacket or hair coming from places it shouldn't be into your rubber bands. That way it's not causing any discomfort to your baby. All right, so we're on our last one here, and we're just going to go ahead and feed that right on in and rubber band it. So you guys can see that was really simple. It doesn't take like a ton of effort, and it's obviously pretty pain-free for little people. So, you know, just good idea there. From there, I'm going to go ahead and pull this hair up into a ponytail. So I'm going to lay those outer edges so that way she's not looking homeless by the end of the day. We're going to do that with the Extreme Gel and just use it all around outsides. Now, I don't tend to put a ton of product in the middle of her hair just because I don't want her scalp to itch. But, you know, you can do whatever you like for your baby. From there, I'm going to use this nylon bristled brush, and we're going to brush this hair up into a ponytail, as you guys can see here. So fairly simple here, you guys. Then I've got this large elastic with no metal clasp. The metal clasps cause breakage, so, you know, don't use that. And we're going to go ahead and put her hair into that. Now, from there, I'm just going to make sure that everything is kind of detangled in this ponytail, and we're going to go right on through it. Now, you can omit this step, especially if that hair is still extremely wet from being shampooed. Zalina's was not, so, you know, I had to detangle. From there, I'm going to do some two-strand twists. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave it in the little Afro puff or whatever you like. In this instance, I wanted her hair to be more tame, so I'm going to twist it, rubber band it, and then put a bobo on it. So, as you guys can see, I'm just going to place it on there, wrap it around, and cover it with that. If you need a in-depth tutorial for how to do that, let me know. I don't know how many people I have that are really like beginners at children's hair, and if so, I don't mind doing a video for that at all. My goal here is to help you. So we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, and once we have done so, I have like this little bow that came with one of the weave packages for my wife, and I was like, my wife will not wear this, but it would be really cute on the girls. So I'm going to be putting that onto her hair. So this is it here. And we're just going to pop that on there and just wrap it around the band that I put on there and position it. And that is it, you guys. Super simple. All right, Glam Fam. So this is the finished look, which as you guys can see here, it's got her two little twisties in the back with her barrette up there and these simple rubber band crisscrosses up here. Do you like it, Lena? Do you like it? See it? Do you like your fear? She's so rude. Anyway, you guys, until next time, take care, God bless, stay glam, and I hope that you learned something out of this tutorial and it was really easy to follow. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Take care, you guys. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Hey.